Hello, everyone. We are out in the scope of the internet world. So if you are on all the places right now and you're scrolling, stop for a second and come say hi to me and my two friends that are here. We're going to talk a little bit about what the Circle of Influence partners are all about inside the Heart Cell Summit that is coming up when? May 29th and May 30th. And what I've asked these Circle of Influence partners to do is I've asked them to go live with me. I have about 15 of these scheduled over the next few weeks. And I've asked them to go live with me just to chat, just to talk about the day in the life of a woman entrepreneur. Last week, I got to spend some time with Adana and Katie, and we talked about community and the power of community and how we go beyond networking. And today, in all the places, we're everywhere but one of them. I want to talk about what's the day in the life of a women entrepreneur like, and why you've decided to jump ship and come out to Cleveland in a few weeks. So if you're scrolling and you see us, come in. I have my chat open, so you can always say hi to us and chat with us. So without further ado, I would love to introduce you all to two of our Circle of Influence partners, Kasia and Christy, and I will let you guys introduce yourselves and tell everyone out there who you are, what you do, and just where you're from.
All right, I'll dive in. So, hi, everybody. I'm Kasia Derbyshevska. I'm an online course and business strategist. I work at the intersection of neuroscience, course strategy, business design, and tech support. And we help transformation-based service entrepreneurs transform more lives, earn more income through online courses, libraries, memberships, and beyond.
Lovely. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing. And where are you out of?
Indiana, northern
Indiana.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes. Christy, who are you?
Who am I? I am Christy Cooper. I run Cooper and Hart Creative, and I am a brand and website strategist, and I help mission-focused experts, especially those in education or wellness, really clarify their messaging and translate that into a credible brand and website that helps them step into that next stage of their business.
And you're in?
I'm in Colorado Springs.
Which I just was a few months ago, because I asked you where I should go and I loved it. The Garden of the Gods was just amazing. Okay, I'm gonna go and make sure chat is showing up. All right, so we're going to spend the next few minutes just chatting. And as mentioned, if you're scrolling through and you want to find out more about these beautiful women that are Circle of Influence partners, and you want to find out, maybe I should go to this Heart Cell Signature Summit, but I don't know who Dora is, and I don't know if I want to hang out with the women that are there, then just come in and lurk us. I encourage you to lurk right now. And what we're going to lurk and talk about is what's it like being a woman entrepreneur, especially right now, where everything tells us that we should not. But here we are taking the road less traveled, and we are doing it. We're doing the thing that we really want to be doing, with all of the systems telling us not to. So that's the main gig, is like, you started a business and you're doing this day to day. As some of us are mothers, some of us are wives. What is a day in the life of a woman entrepreneur? When I ask you that question, what are the things that you start to think about?
Well, I start to think about keeping up with all of the baskets. Like, we have our communications, we have our social media, we have our client work, we have our connections and networking and marketing, and all of the things that we do to keep business going, and admin things, state requirements, all this stuff. It's like all the hats. Mm-hmm. That's what I want.
Does it feel different though when you were working? I mean, did you have a level of burnout ever?
I did. I burned out. I worked at a design agency for 11, almost 12 years. And I was really burned out at the end of that. And they had some challenges with processes and things like that, and managing workloads. And I wore a couple of hats at that agency. And I think I was mostly frustrated with my lack of control and ability to influence change to make things better. And so that is something that I've really loved being able to do in running my own business, is like, oh, I can improve this. I can make this better. It doesn't have to be so hard.
Mhm. So do you feel, Kasha, do you feel, I mean, you're also in the side of neuroscience, so you really understand like how we align and adapt as business owners,
Mhm.
and the reason we do it is to free ourselves from that burnout.
Yeah. So I actually was thinking what was resonating for me is, so I'm not in my home office. We have a lot of construction happening. We have children. We have other things going on. And yes, there are lots of buckets, and there's like this mompreneur bucket that I'm carrying too. But the level of agency and the neuroscience piece that connects so beautifully is that we all want a sense of autonomy and agency deep down. We want to feel valued. We want to feel heard. And I think that's what being an entrepreneur allows you to do. I can pick up my things, go somewhere else. I can be in the spaces that I want to be in the way that I want to show up, if that makes sense, without feeling that I've lost my own agency in the process. With that, I'm able to have that sense of agency and autonomy, and also direct the things that I want to direct.
I always thought that climbing the corporate ladder, from my experiences, climbing the corporate ladder meant security, and that would give me that level of security. And it was so far from the actual truth. The actual reality, the agency, that alignment came when I started my business. I have felt more secure over the last 6 years, even through the ups and downs of entrepreneurship, because the highs are high, the lows are so low, right? But I still have more security here than I ever did in that false security of working. Do you guys agree or challenge that a bit?
Oh, I absolutely agree. 110%. Moving to being a full-time entrepreneur has given me the flexibility, the freedom, the autonomy, the security that especially coming prior to working in education heavily. I mean, I was always subject to the swings of what's going on in the financial industry, how it's being impacted in education. And that's just not the case with the work that I'm doing now.
Mhm,
The freedom and flexibility financial is there.
mhm. So the stress is different, right, Christy? Like, we have all these plates, but the stress is a completely different stress day to day as an entrepreneur versus in our world at high pressure roles. Wonder
Yeah.
why that is.
Yeah. I think that, I mean, I don't think entrepreneurship or running your own business is for everyone. I think there's a lot of people who are just very good at showing up to work, doing their job, and then checking out at the end of the day, right? And I feel like
My
as
husband is one of them.
as an entrepreneur and business owner, we always have ideas and like, oh, we want to improve this. Oh, we really enjoy the work that we're doing. And we have bigger goals, and it's harder to achieve those goals when you're like in the structure of a organization, right? So it's not for everyone, but yeah, as far as security, I would definitely say it's it is more secure because once you know how to book clients, or sell things, that's a skill you have forever. Um,
Well, it's
versus
so interesting that you decided to bring that up. Hello. But you did say something, and the visionary part of me, like entrepreneurs are visionaries. But then as we are moms, we are managing all those plates. So how do we manage our time as women entrepreneurs day to day? How do we do that?
I rely heavily on Google Calendar. I got my appointments, I got my kids' activities, my activities, I got my, work time that I have to do every day. Like that's kind of the juggle, I guess,
Mhm,
as far as time management and really trying to be productive with the time that I have to work. Um, but I
mhm,
love the flexibility of like, oh, I can leave today at 4. I don't have to stay
mhm.
in 5 or 6.
Right. Kasia, what about you?
Yeah, I chunk my schedule. Like I chunk it so I do not meet with clients on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Those are my creative days when I'm working on the things that I need to on the business, and not in the business. And I schedule I watch where I spend my time. So for my private clients, I respond to WhatsApp messages, Voxer messages in certain hours. I do emails at certain times. I find that I was losing a lot of time in the transition. I would start and stop and shift gears, and I'd lose a lot of momentum. And so I've been working heavily on streamlining how I'm chunking my days, how I'm chunking my hours. So I batch things and tasks to manage time.
So I just finished up one of my favorite workshops that I teach, is called the Sacred Schedule, and it's literally going through an actual audit of where you spend your time as all the plates, and then a future audit of where you really want to be spending your time. And I call it the Sacred Schedule on purpose, is because we get to choose. We really do get to choose what that looks like. And I get a lot of pushback on that. Like, well, I can't choose to take care of my kids. I can't choose, right? But for the most part, we really can automate, delegate, eliminate if we look at our time from a very honest point of view and look at it as ritualistically, like this is my sacred time of what I want to be doing. So I appreciate you guys sharing how you spend your day. And so tell me what you're looking forward to when it comes to coming into Cleveland to the Heart Cell Signature Summit. And by the way, thanks for coming.
I am super forward looking to networking with other female entrepreneurs, just making new connections, seeing what collaborations, partnerships, and exposing myself to new ideas, new things, new people. Very looking forward to that.
Yes, I agree. I am looking forward to meeting some of the women I know in person, as well as meeting new people, and fostering those connections and relationships a little more. And I also love going to events like yours, because just getting out of town, getting out of my office at home often triggers new ideas or new thoughts, or just that change of space. And there's always something that's said during the workshops or the speakers or whatever that is like, oh, hey, I should implement that, or I should try that. So I really love that part of going to events too.
And I just thought of, we're actually going to have like a sacred schedule during that day. We're going to kick off with a morning that is truly just grounding time, because we are going to do a lot of work through the day, which is how do we foster these relationships and really foster them. So I want to see everybody. I want to see the two of you walking away with so-and-so hired me, so-and-so hired me, so-and-so and I are doing this workshop together. I'm going to be on so-and-so's podcast. Like, I want to see that actual tangible business building happen during the event. And that's what most of the Heart Cell is all about. Those relationship building strategies that yield revenue. So how can people find you?
You can find me at superchargeyouronlinecourse.com or find me on LinkedIn just by searching my name. It is a long one though. So superchargeyouronlinecourse.com is probably the best bet there.
Yes. Yeah. And Christy, how about you?
My website is cooperandheart.com. You can find me on LinkedIn under my name, Christy Cooper. Note the spelling of Christy. There's a lot of ways to spell it. And I am sort of on Instagram. I'm not very active there, but you can DM me there or on Facebook too.
Great. So anyone who is thinking, ooh, I'm interested in a course, or ooh, I really need someone to look at my website, you know where to go now. And I'm glad the two of you got to meet and connect, so you guys can go and connect before the Heart Cell Summit in May. So thank you everyone for hopping on and hanging out for a few minutes, and we'll see everyone in a few weeks.
All right.